Hey y'all,
What it do, world?
I'm Kim,
Nelson,
and we are
meet the top.
podcast. We got a super special episode for y'all today. We are actually ending out our first preseason game that we introduced y'all to with the Tyler's. This will be included in our first season at some point. So I wanted to take a moment to let my panel introduce themselves one by one. Today is the day that my son, his stepson, um, 2009, October 14th, 2009, God called my son home. He was 3 months old and 3 days old. 3 months and 3 days. I don't know how to say that. 3 months and 3 days. Um, and today's show is dedicated to him in remembrance. I want my baby to be so proud of us right now because we have come so far since that day. And 12 years has been a long journey to get here. I can smile again after 12 years. I smile for him now, and I used to cry. Every time somebody mentioned his name, I would just cry and cry and cry. And now I smile because I can remember his giggles now. I can remember him trying to take a little step at his little 3 month old self. I remember him saying, dad, dad from like day one. He could almost say dad, dad. Like everybody around him was like, are you sure he hasn't been here before? Because he just literally like knew stuff. But God just thought he was too perfect for this world. And so here we are. And you got something to say to David?
As the show go on, we can let everybody introduce themselves and whatnot.
Okay. All right. So ladies first, Miss Brittany.
I think she already.
Hi guys.
Not on
I
this.
I I did it, but we weren't recording. Hi guys,
Right.
I'm Brittany.
My bad.
I'm it's perfectly fine. I'm the I'm the host of Talk to Bree. It's premiering on the 21st on Black Ink Radio. My condolences to you. I wouldn't know how to handle a situation as such as I am a mom.
Mhm.
So um I I commend you for being so strong.
Thank
That's
you.
a strong thing.
I drank a lot, might I add. In the first couple of years, I drank quite a bit. Hmm.
Everybody cooks differently, and
Not that I suggest
it
that for
just,
everybody. But
I wouldn't suggest that either. I would suggest that everybody kind of seek help and get the guidance and talk out their feelings with their loved ones or get the professional help they need so they can get through the emotions that they need to get through. And it's okay, I feel like, to personally feel like it's okay to feel like if you feel sad, if you're mad, I don't think that you should um, hide those feelings, harbor those feelings, keep those bottled in because at the end of the day, it does nobody good, not even yourself. So, like, I just hope that more people, start to talk about the grief that they're going through so they can actually get through it. You know what I mean? So, thank you for
definitely,
sharing.
yes. Thank y'all for sharing this day. I want to add that too, Brandon, Arsenio, Brittany. I appreciate you guys so much sitting in on this panel with me. I remember I don't remember everything during that time. Just literally blocked out some stuff, I think. I am grateful though for because I didn't get help. Let me add that. I didn't get help. I was my own help. I thought I was Oprah and Dr. Phil combined with um, blaming it on the alcohol, basically. Anything I did and said, I didn't take responsibility for it because I literally sat in my sadness. I used my sadness as a reason not to grow. I used my sadness as a reason to ignore my talents. I used it as a reason to just I became a whole nother person the first couple of years. It's hard. Okay, I'm about to tell y'all. So, okay, first let the gentlemen introduce themselves because I forgot to let them introduce themselves, and then I'm gonna share with y'all something that's really, really deep, and I feel like that people need to hear this in case they ever have been through or will ever have to. God unwillingly, hopefully not ever have to. But because I wouldn't wish this, I wouldn't wish this on the man that raped me. So, and when I tell you that, I mean that burying your child is not, it's not easy to come back from. And so with that being said, gentlemen, whoever would like to go first.
Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead, take that.
I'll take it. Brandon Janu of the Brandon Janu Show podcast on podcast platforms, YouTube channel. You know, man, I'm a survivor my damn self of like a lot of that. My mom probably could testify more than I can. You know, I was a sick kid, so you know, I could have passed. I could have not been here. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, 27 years later, I'm still here. I don't know how, but I'm still here. Yeah, I mean, you know, y'all are amazing parents, man. Y'all son looking down on y'all, man. He's very, very proud of y'all. And proud of you, Kim, because like you said, a lot of people don't come back from that. They don't come back from that. They never figure out how to move on. And the best moving on is always remembering that that person was there for a reason. No matter how small or how long that time was, that was there. They were there. You felt it. You knew that was. You knew what that was. You knew how that felt. You know what I'm saying? He might not be here. He might not be here physically, but he's still here. You feel him every day.
Oh yeah.
You wake up smiling because you know, oh wow, like I get it. I know you still here. I got it. I know. I'm gonna keep on for you. I got you.
You want to know how I knew he was still here when our youngest daughter was born? It's because he's our youngest daughter's real dad, and then he's he's a real dad regardless. Don't let me say that, but he's the stepfather to my son that passed away. But our daughter that we had together came out with the exact same color eyes. Out of all my kids, she's the only one that came out with those same eyes. And that's my baby girl.
Yeah. That's why I always say, like, even in situations like that, God knows he know what he's doing.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, cause you never know. Our daughter can be, even our son can be him reincarnated. You know, gave him a
Definitely.
second chance. You
Got the
know,
same spirit as him.
right?
Same spirit as him. Move like him, like everything. Like yeah. So
And I just can I chime in? I want to like actually commend Smoke as well for stepping up and being a man to children who don't belong to him.
Right.
I mean, they belong to you, but you know what I mean. Like, it takes a real man to really embrace somebody else's. So,
It was a process.
kudos to you for that.
You know, because appreciate it. Because when I got with her, I didn't have no children.
He didn't have any.
Not one. You know, so being with my wife has taught me a lot of love. It has. You know what I'm saying? It taught me a lot of love and a lot of growth. You know, because honestly, I wasn't always the man I was today, even with my wife, you know. So, and I just want to put that out there, you know, but thank God that I was man enough to want to change for my foundation, you know, because I was going 1,000 miles a minute, you know, and I wouldn't have been here today if I wouldn't have met my wife. And that's the honest to God truth, you know. I was you know, I was out there, you know what I'm saying, doing a lot of stuff I wasn't supposed to do, you know. And when I met my wife, I calmed down a lot. Had our first kid together, you know. I found out the definition of a family, you know. That's when I found out. real definition of family and love. And you know what I'm saying? Not that my own family ain't give it to me, but they can't give it to me the way she do. You know what I'm saying? Like a wife do, a mother does. For your
I
child,
would
you
hope
know.
not.
Y'all know what I'm trying
That
to
part.
say. Like I'm always the one that I don't wanna talk bad about people like by accident. Like I always try to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take away, you know.
But okay, Mr. Arce, it's your turn, and then I'm gonna start jibber jabbering for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Arce, Arsenio, aka Arce. I got the Arce podcast and the Skank Bank podcast coming soon. Uh,
Yes,
but Brittany kind of stole my thunder a little bit. I ain't going to front. I was going to definitely say kudos to Nelson for stepping up and being, you know, what a lot of men aren't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men would not have taken that baggage, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And to be and to step up and actually be, you know what I'm saying, a great father. And look, y'all got look what y'all doing right now. You know what I'm saying? This right here, this all this remembrance and all the everything, all the work that you're doing, it's all paying off. And it really is a great thing to see here, especially today on this day. Though sad, you guys are working hard and still are remembering him. You know what I'm saying? I like seeing
yes.
that.
Thank you, thank you,
Appreciate it.
and
Humbly say that.
yes, um, we we work hard to give our okay because when I had my new babies after because Jay Money was the last baby I had until I got married to him and we had a baby. So I had said I wasn't having any more kids after he passed away because I would be too nervous. Like I was like, I'll be too nervous. I can't, there's no way. And even to this day, I'm still nervous. Like when it comes to the kids' safety and where are they? And like I literally probably I rule the nest to such a degree that I would probably lock us in like a bomb shelter if I thought somebody was trying to hurt one of us. Like I am completely okay with like all that. Like I will blow the earth up over my kids, especially considering the fact that God gave us another chance to do right. So, um, with
I do
that
believe
being,
in that too. I believe in
yes,
that. I do
yes,
believe that you know, if there's a soul or a personality or whatever, whatever your belief is and what you believe that in, um, it can transfer. Because I mean, if you look at my kids, every single one of them is a piece of me, and every single one of them is a different part of me at different times in life too. You know what I'm saying?
I can agree. I can agree. Me and my siblings do portray a lot of our parents' characteristics, even though it's like one of us will have one characteristic and the other one will have a different one. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
my mom's like, yeah, see, that's your dad right there. Or, you know what I mean? So I completely understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, and you know, I have four living kids, and each one of my living kids are different. All four of them are different.
Definitely.
None of them are the same. Like none of them. And I was hoping that I'd get at least two of them that got along that was like had common interests and so I could just buy one game system.
Right.
So we could just
Nope.
buy, you know, one trip to this or that. No.
Right.
No.
Or
And
one
no.
meal, one whole big meal.
Like
You
right,
know,
like never we
Yeah.
can never have just one big meal. Like
that's okay. We're gonna fry chicken on this side, and we're gonna do
hot
burgers
dogs.
on this side,
Yeah,
and hot dogs in the middle. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
right. Beef hot dogs because they don't like pork.
The
So
youngest son is the most regular one on food. He like French
yes.
fries and hot dogs and
Yeah.
burgers, like simple stuff.
He's a simple
you know?
guy. He's a real guy's guy too. He
The
loves to
girls,
fish.
the girls though, they want, oh, I want this in my salad. I want vegan this. I want this. And no, Dad, I don't want burgers. I want, oh, all right, I'll go back to the store. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep. Like I
It's
raised.
just a it's a
Go ahead.
lot, man.
Yeah,
but
for
it's all
real.
worth it. I love every minute of it. I do. Like our
I'm
oldest daughter
exhausted.
be feeling bad, like, Dad, you don't have to. I'll be like, no, it's okay. Like,
See, okay, so Brittany's son is a little older. Arce, I don't know how old your children are. Brandon, I don't know if you have children. I think I've heard you say you don't have any children. That's a
Yeah, my
good thing.
baby 12.
Actually, until you're ready, it's good. But I know that like raising the kids now is different than when I raised my 22-year-old. Like my 22-year-old, I have a 22-year-old, a 15-year-old. My son Jay Money that we're remembering today, he would have been 12. And then I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Wow.
So
Child. Mm-mm. I don't even know if I'm going
my
to have
body
more.
was different.
You're the only
Having the
one.
babies was different. Like literally having the babies was different. Like even the way I gave birth was different. They had me on complete bed rest by the time I was like 5 months pregnant with both of the new ones.
yeah.
I was complete,
But
and I
you was a
worked
beast, though,
anyways
babe. You was
because
still
I
working.
was like,
I
how
was
are we gonna
nervous.
pay the
I'm like,
bills?
hey.
Like I have to work. I can't not work. And then he's like,
Dude,
okay,
dude,
but you can't lose the baby either. And I'm like,
right.
so that's another thing that we can kudos Nelson for because Nelson worked 2 jobs during my last pregnancy. And he
Wow.
walked
That's
like a
great.
mile to work
Right.
during that time and back. So when I tell you that I love my husband and everybody around me knows I love my husband, you know what I'm saying?
Look
It's
at
not
Nelson up
I
because
know
there.
he
that's
did all
right.
that, but it is because he did all that.
Yeah.
As you should, because you need that type of support when you're going through life-changing things as such, you know? So it's nice to have a supportive partner have your back through it all.
Absolutely. For sure. I have a 20-year-old, a 13-year-old, and 11-year-old, all boys. So I thought I can get all of them playing PlayStation with me. You know, I had PlayStation 1, 2, and then I had my second son. I got him. He started playing PlayStation 2, and then got third son a few years later, or the second son a few years later, and he does not like PlayStation at all. And then you got the other one that does Nintendo, and then they flip flop. One is the computer, one is the PlayStation, and one is the Nintendo Switch. So they keep me on my toes for sure. You know, I got to work hard to make sure that they stay off them streets like I was. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
That's the main thing. Like the set the foundation to stop the what they call it, like stop
The curse, the
curse.
generational
Right.
curses.
Yeah, the curse,
Like
generational
at
And you
some
curses.
gotta
point,
break it.
yes, that's what I was saying in our other show. Like, okay, I'm not gonna get into the other show, but that's what I was saying as far as like, okay, we know there's a problem out here. We know there's a problem. We know there's a problem between men and women. We know there's a problem between races. We know there's a problem between the rich and the poor. Like, we know there's a problem between the straight and the gay, the tall and the skinny. I mean, like,
Yeah, for
there's a
real.
problem between the whole world right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we know there's a problem. My thing, what I want to accomplish in the shows that I'm affiliated with, whether it's my own shows, whether I appear on your shows, I want to see people unite instead of beef. Let's come together and figure out how to change these kids' futures.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to break the generational curse. I mean, well, my parents actually broke it, but I'm trying to keep it going. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying not to take it back or resurface that type of energy. So I was a teen mom myself, and I'm actually very proud of how he's grown up, being as I was a kid myself. And like Kim said, now like raising kids are completely different. So with the technology, he's a lot more diverse and more into things than I was. Like I was more so outside all the time and this and that. And he's more so like, oh gosh, these people that came in here and got loud on me. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I'm about to move. You sure? Okay. So yeah, so now he's like into the streaming, the gaming, and he's actually making a way for himself. So I'm actually kind of proud of how like now kids are being raised because they're making a way for themselves, not just us making a way for them.
Facts.
Right. The
YouTube
way
has a lot to do with
technology
that
is set
too.
up now, literally by the
Mhm.
time a child is 18 and graduated, even if they want to go to college or not, they can literally have a bank account bigger than ours by the time they're 18.
Yeah.
If they are smarter than I was at that age, because my mom had me set up. My mom was very good when it come to money. She was a single parent and we never wanted for anything. Like she literally was very good with budgeting. She was very good with making the bills do what they do. Even if she robbed Peter to pay Paul, she pay Paul next month. Like she literally, my mom, watched her do it for so many years. And I used to be so scared to have a kid. I used to tell people when, as a teenager, I'm not having any kids because there is no way I will take care of them little ungrateful fuckers and then have them look at me and basically tell me
We
I
all
ain't
said
nothing
that.
one day. You know, like,
We all said that. Okay.
we've all
Like
done it. Every one
Damn
of us
right.
done it at some point to our parents. And I used to say, I'm not having kids because I will fuck one of them kids up. Like if they talk to me like I talk to my mom, I will fuck them up. And look, but my oldest daughter, Lord, she is her own character, by the way. She just don't like people. My oldest daughter is not a people person. She does not like people, period. She's hateful and she's mean. She is so pretty. Like you would think.
Mean to be like that, though.
Look, there go daddy taking up for her. No, she's a mean girl.
She is, but she don't mean it. She really.
I told you,
that's how
Fred.
she
Remember I
is,
told you
but
that's how he be doing.
She's
He
a
all
rough
day.
rider.
I know that's right. Tell
Like,
her. Don't be talking about my
Will
baby.
not make it because she has very tough skin. She a rough rider. You know what I'm saying? Thugged out. But at the same time, will cry if you step on a bug. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, like
but a teddy bear though, you know?
I tried to give her balance, you know,
Yeah.
and she just kind of took to one side of the balance a little more than the other.
She
And
the type
then
that would slap the shit out of you in 2 hours, come back and apologize.
be
and
crying,
tell you why
and
slapped
she'll
the
have
shit
to
out
tell
of
you why she slapped you to make you feel
The
better.
daughter
Like,
Aquarius, huh?
huh?
The daughter Aquarius.
She is an Aquarius, yes.
Yeah, we kind of a little rowdy with that. We don't take that much disrespect. We like to slap the hell out you if we feel it.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
yeah. And we say to ourselves, I mean, that's kind of how it goes. We just say to ourselves, and we outgoing. It's just we just don't like a lot of bullshit around us, because then we take that real serious.
Right, and
we're so calm. We're so calm that like that gets us rowdy. Like people around us, too many people. It's like, okay, something going on. I don't like this.
right. And look, she's the one who found her brother not responding at 10 years old. She was 10 years old when that happened.
Oh my God. I know that probably traumatized her.
I can't even imagine how she feels. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I can't even imagine what goes on in her mind. And I touched on this on one of my other shows, how she deals with a lot of mental health care issues. And it is because, like, she literally blames herself for not waking up just a few minutes earlier. She always says that. But mama, if I hadn't have waited to get up if I hadn't hit the snooze button on the alarm, well, what? You're 10.
And that's what I'm saying about getting help and actually talking to people about it.
Yeah.
Because she shouldn't feel that way, She was a kid, and it wasn't on her. Like it wasn't on her. You know what I mean?
No, and in all honesty, even if she would have woke up an hour before she woke up, he was already gone. Wow. Once the autopsy came back, and I knew the time of death, and I knew that I had not personally done anything wrong to cause his death, because I blamed myself. The first, I didn't get the autopsy back for like 8 months because of him being a newborn. The autopsy has to go through the GBI crime lab before it can come back as official, because they had any child under 18 months old that passes away,
They have to investigate, right?
they got to know why, because babies just don't die. You know what I'm saying? So those 8 months was hard for me. When I tell you that I had a big old prescription of Xanax and a whole bunch of liquor, different flavors of the day, all day, every day, just to not kill myself. That's what I had to do. And they, the day that she called me, because the funeral home called and told me that they had their copy of the death certificate in. And she asked me, did I want to see it? And my copy hadn't came in the mail yet. And I said, absolutely, yes, absolutely. And so I lived about a half a mile from the funeral home from where he was shown at. I walked, I got up and I walked over there and
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. You're good.
I'm going to the airport, so I got kicked off.
Hashtag Kimmy.
When we when I went over there, I got there and the lady who helped me through the funeral, she's the one who walked me through the process of having to bury a baby. I had babies born premature, but the hospitals buried them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never had to, the only funeral I ever personally had to plan was my mom's. And it wasn't hard to plan my mom's funeral because I knew absolutely what my mom wanted for like the last 20 years of her life. Every day she told me, when I die, I want to be buried in a yellow dress. And, I don't want Amazing Grace sung. I want I Can Only Imagine be sung. I don't want an old funeral. I want, you know what I'm saying? Like I heard this for like years before she actually passed away. So I already knew what my mom wanted. But a baby, I was lost. First of all, I had to come up with like $7,800 before they would even bury him.
Sheesh.
I didn't have insurance on a 3-month-old baby. Me and my daughter had insurance, but he was 3 months old. I had not yet added him to that. He had medical insurance, he had his doctor insurance and stuff, but I didn't have life insurance on him. So I had to come up with a whole bunch of money in a really quick amount of time. I really didn't, I had some money saved because his dad was in the feds. So there was some money left from that, but I didn't have $7,800 I could take away from the house payment. My daughter still had to have somewhere to live. We still had to have somewhere to live, and he died in the house. I wouldn't go. I forgot to tell y'all that part. I refused to go home the first 2 months after he died. I couldn't walk in the house, literally. I went to my sister's house and stayed for like 2 months. My sister and my friend Julie. My friend Julie and my sister, I went and stayed at their house. For like the first 2 months, I couldn't walk in the house. Like every time I went to the house, I pulled up in the driveway, I'd smoke a blunt, I'd take a shot, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go. I can do it. I can do it. I couldn't. So I would send my daughter to get our clothes out of the house. She could go in. She liked being there. She said it made her feel close to him, And so that was a period of time that me and her had grew apart at one point because she always wanted to go home. And I'd be like, no, I don't want to go home. you know. And so me being the parent, I won, you know, and I should have listened to her. It might would have helped her mentally a little more, you know, but that was a hard part. That was a really hard part when I had to grieve while still being a mom.
Yeah, how do you do that? Because that just
Very
seems really
carefully, my dear.
hard.
Very
It seems
carefully.
really hard.
It was super hard. Because it comes down to, okay, you know, the human mind is a powerful organ. It is the most powerful organ that our body possesses. It's more powerful than our penises. It's more powerful than our vaginas. It's more powerful than our uteruses. It's more powerful than our hearts. It's more powerful than anything because our mind controls all of those. The heart don't beat unless the mind tells it to beat. So with that being said, you know, keeping control of your mind in a situation like that, only God knows how. Only God to this day, it's 12 years later, and only God knows how I'm still standing here, able. This is why I stepped into my purpose. This is why I decided, um, you know, I'm gonna say the last 3 years I've been back in the industry some, um, just going to different events and doing different shows, producing for different people and stuff. But in the last year, I was like, no. After I went through a certain situation at a previous show that I worked with, and they took me for granted, and I didn't get paid the way that I definitely should have been paid because I know for a fact he was getting paid. Uh, I know that after that happened, I had a talk with Brittany and with my husband the same day. You know, I talked to both of them and I told them, I said, look, if I walk away, I'm gonna step into it. I'm gonna get me a show. And I'm about to show his ass out now. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all now. If I decide to walk away from this show, y'all gonna see me everywhere y'all look. Y'all gonna see Miss
Period.
Possible on somebody's page
Period.
somewhere doing something. And that's what I did.
Yes.
And for the last year, Brittany is my witness because she's one of the first people I worked with when I went back into the industry. And we were a part of two different shows together at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And she can tell you that when I walked away, I just came in and did it. I was like, okay, I learned everything that I needed. And I met so many good, dope people that he fucked up. Now you fucked up because I'm coming for your spot. And you can call it what you want to call it. You can call me a dirty white girl, trash. I've been called all kinds of stuff. I've heard through the grapevine. I've been called all kinds of stuff.
And you know what? That happens when you are a genuine person and you try to be loyal to people who don't have your best interests. You know, they're looking out for them while you're looking out for everybody to make it. You know, so yeah,
So this is the part of the show where Miss Possible gets to make an announcement. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to let our guest, Miss Brittany Tierra, make the announcement. So.
No, I'm going to let you make it.
Because, you can let me make it? Okay.
Yes, well, I am. I would love for you to make it. This is your time to shine, girl.
Okay. So jointly together, Brittany Tierra and I are back at Black Ink Radio. You feel me?
Yeah.
We're back together. You feel me? And I am gonna executive produce this show.
Talk to Bree.
Talk to Bree. Bree, Miss Brittany Tierra, is going to host all the way through. You're going to see guest appearances by Miss Possible Baby from time to time. I'm
Yes,
going
ma'am.
to come in from time to time. But this is her show. We are about to take over Black Ink Radio, just to let y'all know. If y'all thought
We're
y'all knew Black Ink,
manifesting and putting it out in the air.
we're claiming it. We are manifesting and putting it in the air that we're coming for a takeover. They got great shows on there already. They
Yeah,
do.
so it's going to
There
be
are some
hard to
really
kind
good
of
shows.
live up to the expectations that everybody has already pretty much set,
Yes.
because each one is individually like bomb on its own, because each person has their different concepts. So hopefully joining the family, I would be able to bring my own little uniqueness and, you know, get it together.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah,
Thank you,
congratulations,
guys.
ladies. That's great.
And I
Moves, man,
wouldn't have
big
done it
moves.
without Miss Kimmy. Okay, you guys, she's
Well,
amazing.
thank you, ma'am. But I
amazing
fully
since day
believe
one.
that you could have done it without me. It just wouldn't be. It just wouldn't be right without me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
I
you
can't wait to
definitely
see it
helped.
through. We're gonna see it through, and in a year from
I'm
now,
very excited.
we're gonna come back and do your 1 year anniversary.
I'm not going to even lie though, you guys. I'm a little nervous. Because I've never hosted my own, like just solely with just me. So it's a very new experience, and I hope I live up to the expectations that people have already seemed to express of me. And I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but I think I'm prepared and I'm ready, and I'm just gonna, pray to God that He keeps pushing me forward. Like,
Yes.
oh my goodness, I can't believe it. It's next week, guys.
Yes,
Next week.
yes,
That's
yes,
awesome.
yes. So, for all of my audience that is not on this call with us, October 21st, 2021, 10/21/2021.
Mm-hmm. I'm
We
dropping.
have Talk to Bree premiere on Black Ink Radio on Thursdays at 5 o'clock.
Nice.
Thursdays at 5. I also
So-
have my own YouTube channel I'm building up too. So I will definitely give that out on the podcast as well. So you can follow that too.
Hell
Now,
yeah.
with that being said, for everybody out there in Meet the Tyler's podcast world, if you would like to book with Talk to Bree, you can DM at Miss Possible Baby. No, not Miss Possible Baby. That's the wrong one. Sorry. Cancel that. They some frauds over there on this.
They was hacking, okay?
Them folks done took my page.
Scamming,
I
scamming.
hope they happy. I hope they're real freaking happy, because they can't ever be me. So with that being said, y'all can follow me on at Meet the Tyler's Podcast 2021.
There it is.
By my
And-
side is at Smoke Troublesome. If you need to get a hold of Miss Possible or Brittany, you can contact Smoke as well, and he can link you to us. So,
Yep.
we have promo packages available for the show.
Mm-hmm.
We have them up and running, ready for anybody who wants that Black Ink Radio. They want that Talk to Bree Black Ink Radio brand. Promoting them. Holler. Holla, holla,
Holla.
holla.
Hit me up. Hit our DM. Hit our DM.
We're up and running. We about to give y'all a dope first show.
Mhm.
She already has her outline ready. She got her segments ready.
That's great. How
We
many
ready.
so what do y'all plan on tackling? What kind of issues?
So I want to tackle all types of things. I want it to be kind of like a universal type of podcast where everybody can feel like they can talk about whatever they want to talk about, from being a single mom or traveling or things they want other people to weigh in on. I also have like a segment where I'm going to do and talk about finances. I have a guy who does finance. He's a financial advisor, so he'll also be teaching people how to balance checkbooks and things like that they don't really teach us about dealing with financials. Little things like that. So I'm just trying to keep it nice and open,
Right.
so everybody can join in.
Right. The point is to not make
Exclude.
one group of people feel left out. So like we might have one show where we go and we tackle dispensaries and edibles. You see what I'm saying? But our next show might be about mental health awareness and how it affects men or how it affects women. And the next show, it's just gonna be. She's got segments.
Yeah, I'll also be introducing a lot of small Black-owned businesses and a lot of being as I'm from the DMV and not actually based in Atlanta, I want to also bring attention to a lot of the businesses out here as well, who don't have the recognition that they have. So I'm just trying to build for us all and support us all and get us to where we need to be.
Shout out to the DMV.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We are absolutely going to blow the America up with Talk to Bree. And then we're going to blow up the whole rest of the 7 continents except Antarctica because they won't let us up there. But I've tried to get permission to go, but they won't let us up there. So
Antarctica. You want to go to Minnesota? You talking about going to Antarctica?
Antarctica, right?
Look, I'm a true Southern girl. Like my body temperature is Georgia adjusted. So anytime I step outside of Georgia, my body's like, it's cold. Oh no.
Can't do no cold areas.
Yeah,
I love going to the Caribbean and enjoying the nice sun and the beautiful sand beaches. I can't do the cold.
Yeah, well, at least if you live by the beach, you can get too hot, go to the beach. You know what I'm saying? I would probably live somewhere hot around there.
We're going. My goal is to end up in Africa eventually. But above and beyond that, I also want to try an island. I want to live on an island.
Yep. All by myself.
I mean, yeah, if I could, I definitely would. Yeah. Like, I have no issues or problems being completely on my own world. I really don't. And I love people, and I'm actually good with people. This is the crazy part about it. Like, I'm actually really good with people. I just don't. It's so weird. That's how I know that I'm an introvert and an extrovert, because I can rock a crowd, but if that crowd tries to start coming to talk to me, I'm like, I'm gonna go outside. I'm about to go.
Give me the vibes.
I'll be right back. And that's my anybody that's been around me can tell you. I will tell them quick. I'll be right back and take off. Like if it gets to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people that close to me, my whole anxiety shuts off, and I gotta get some air. And I don't care who I leave behind. I could be talking to Obama, and I'll be like, you done attracted all these people. I'm going out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It be the vibes. Like sometimes you be giving off like some weird energy, and you just be like, I don't know if I want this around me right now. Like, I go through that a lot since I do a lot of club hostings and things like that. So yeah, I definitely understand that. I'm an introvert myself with a lot of extrovert tendencies. So I normally tend to stay to myself. And like people who see me on a regular, they're like, "Oh my God, you're always by yourself. Do you talk to people?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I talk to people. If you come up and talk to me, I'll talk to you. But do I feel like I gotta go out? Do I go out my way to to start a conversation, no, because normally I just tend to like to stay in my own bubble.
Right.
So
I'm the same way. I'll give you thanks and goodbye or how you doing. That's about it. If we start getting
I
into
give you a good morning.
conversation, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I
I give you
I
a good
try to
morning.
wiggle my
Good
way
morning.
out.
Yeah. I'm looking
My
for the
fa-
exit as soon as I get there. I'm looking for
exactly.
the
My
fucking
favorite
exit.
thing to
Soon-
do is
Oh,
start
that's the
walk.
exit right there. Okay.
That's it.
The
My
crazy
favorite thing to
part
do is to
is, it's
keep
like,
talking, saying goodbye, and walking off. All right, yeah, all right,
Yeah.
you be good. All
right,
right, cool, and
right.
just keep on walking.
That's chunk the deuces at. No, I'm real bad. I'll act like I don't see them at all. Like they'll be hollering my name, and I will literally like go off in the bathroom to keep from talking to them somewhere. Like I
I've become so nonchalant to hearing to people call my name so often that after a while I started to tune it out. So I literally can be walking past somebody and they'll be like, Brittany, 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 and I just be one track mind, just one track mind. So I understand.
I am. I'm like, and I am the weirdest, one of the weirdest people I know. And like, I don't have, I had, okay, another thing, people get offended sometimes. Like, okay, I don't call everybody my friend. When I say I don't have a lot of friends, if I say I got less than 10 friends, that's because I literally mean that I have less than 10 people I consider friends. Now, do I know a lot of good people and cool people that I've worked with or I've dealt with or da 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 da? I had this me and Brittany had this conversation one time. If I tell you I love you, don't play with me because that means I really fucking love you. Like that don't mean that I'm just a fake bitch that says I love you to tell you bye. Like no. No, no. If I
I take
literally
my
come out of
relationship
my house and be
seriously.
like, you know what, I freaking love you, then I expect you. I mean, I know you can't make nobody love, but if I say I love you, I expect you to treat me like you love me. Like, because if I trust you enough to let you in my world, and I trust you, because I don't have people in my. When y'all see me, you don't see a bunch of people in my house. You don't see a bunch of people walking in and out of our room. I don't care if you've known me 5 months, 6 months, a year, 10 years. Everybody knows me knows. I don't have just anybody in and out of my house. I don't like people around me like that. I don't trust people. I'm on national, international airwaves right now, and I'm making it be known that I don't trust people enough to have them in my space like that. Like, and it's not because I think some girl's gonna take my husband, because a girl made a comment like that one time. Oh, she just don't be around women because she's scared they gonna take her husband. You can't take something that's mine. So even if you took him, make sure you take him far enough that he don't come back. You know what I'm saying?
I personally, I feel like I can be cool with everybody. I mean, I'm not cool with everybody, but you know, I can associate with everybody. And like when I feel like as a child of God, I have to love everybody, treat everybody like I want to be treated, whether they treat me like that or not.
Right.
You know, so I try to stay like well grounded. I try to stay as humble and nice as possible, even when people try and destroy or come at me the wrong way. You know, negative energies don't work over here.
Yeah, it's exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like anytime anytime I have somebody, we have to be doing something positive or productive. If they're within reaching space of me, in my workspace, at my home, anywhere, even at work, people like, oh, well, you work at the club, okay. But if you ever see me in the club, you also know that there ain't no 1,000 people climbing up around me all the time. I'm not sitting up under the bar letting them breathe all on me and stuff like. I'm just not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like I just am not. I have to do certain things for my work.
But
You
I like
know,
being around people though and letting them know that they can do whatever they want to do and breathe in and actually let them like, you know, pretty much give them the energy that you can do whatever you want to do. I'm one of them. I'm a person who wants to support. I'm the person that you hang around that's going to fuck your head up and make you believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I like helping people create LLCs and things like that, getting their businesses together, putting them on the right path. Like not many people, I don't run into many people who do stuff like that. Like they want and they take and take and take, but they don't give out the same energy that they expect you to give. So that's why I kind of try and like stay in the middle and try and like, you know, like I said, be humble. I don't ever want anybody to feel excluded, but I also want people to know that you can't directly sit at my table.
Right. And that is important for people in this business to understand because, okay, take all four of us, well, all five of us on this screen right now are all podcasters at this point in our lives, right? All of us, everybody on here. Okay. Just because I have a podcast don't mean I can't produce the most dopest number one show of her podcast. Do you see what I'm saying? And just because you're on my show or I come and guest on your show, if you're number one this week and I'm number 500 this week, that don't mean I don't want to give you a number one show. I'm not that person to be like,
or give the praise that's supposed to be given for somebody who puts in that hard work.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Like, I know how much work it takes into putting a show together. I know how much it takes to put a radio show together. And I know how much it takes to put a podcast together. And I also know how much it takes to put a movie together because I've also been an assistant on a movie set before. So with that being said, just know I know how this business runs. You know what I'm saying? I've got directors wanting me in their series, in their movies right now. I pick and choose what I do carefully. Because everybody offering opportunity is not good opportunity. It could be an opportunity for them to use your talent for them to grow and leave you messed up at the bottom. Like you have to know who to trust with your business. And it's not to say that I feel like we're better than anybody because I'm definitely not that person because I'm the person that'll come sit on your floor if you ain't got a couch with you and not ask you why you don't got a couch. I'm gonna just come sit down and drink my drink and talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm one of them too.
Right.
Let's just kumbaya and vibe together, regardless of whatever is going on. I'm not here to judge you.
Because look, when we worked together before, the situation wasn't always good, but we always made a good time out of it. Why? Because one thing when I first started there, when I met the different people that came in and out of the show, the artists, the managers of the artists, the different producers, directors, all that.
Sorry, guys.
When they come through there, I would tell them, if nothing else, have a good time and take this experience and grow from it. It don't even matter what. It don't matter if 10 people see this show that you're on or 10,000 people see this show that you're on.
Absolutely.
Go on there
Anything
and
is
enjoy
everything.
the show, and the right people will see it. And guess what? Them folks love me to this day. I can call on almost any of them if I need work done, any kind of producing, engineering, anything that, I mean, of course, but this is Atlanta, so everything has a price. In Atlanta, everything has a price. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But with that being said, as long as you're offering something for them, they're gonna work with you. And it don't matter if they got blue checks or not. It don't matter if they're NBA stars or not. It don't matter if they're American poets that are the laureate awards. It don't matter. Like if they see you really grinding and really working hard for what you want, they're gonna work with you.
All the time. I try and build good relationships with everybody. I try not
good
to,
working relationships are important.
you know, come in with the bad vibes. I keep
Yeah.
talking about vibes. I'm strictly about vibes,
That's
guys.
like with me, because like I do this a lot. I host Zoom. Like I thank you for allowing me to be on this again on your show, but I do host on Zoom quite a bit, and you know it can get grueling. It can get tough sometimes, especially if somebody wants some stuff that's extra, and extra editing, especially like background noise and stuff like that. It can get grueling, but I took on this task of being a podcaster just so that I can learn editing. All
Right.
right. So I didn't really, it started like as far as being like a mental health, well, a diary, for lack of a better term. And then once I started like getting all my thoughts out and it being so therapeutic, I wanted to keep learning on how to make it sound better, look better, be better. The hosting thing, I may not be the best. You know what I'm saying? I may not be the best host or whatever that is. I like to think of myself as a great sidekick for real. But you know, but I do. The reason I started doing that was because I wanted to get into the editing and the hosting. I like hosting. I don't mind doing that at all, and producing as well. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta get yourself out of your own comfort zone in order to be something different. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Right.
that's what we're all doing here for real.
Yes.
I could dig that.
And look, it's hard for me to host because I'm a natural producer.
Hmm.
So like I'm always, even though I know what I want to say, the producer in me sometimes fights the host in me. Cause the producer in me is like, nah, you can't say that. No, 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 no. And then my mouth's like, shit, this is my show. I can say this
Yeah.
if I want to.
That's like
You
that's
know,
like it's weird to me. Like there are some podcasts where they won't allow you to smoke on the screen during the show. It's like
yeah,
I'm in
I've
my
been
own
absolutely
motherfucking
no.
house. First off,
Right,
And I'm a smoke. And I'm a smoke whether you want me to or
right,
not.
yeah,
Okay.
hell yeah,
right.
What
hell
podcast?
You
yeah.
What podcast
I,
is that?
I know exactly.
Basically,
I can't. I can't say. I can't say. I really
your
Yeah,
can't.
yeah,
food,
okay, okay,
shit
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
that you pay rent and or mortgage or whatever.
We need. But I'm
Hold
just
on,
saying we
phone
need to make mental
right.
notes of that podcast so we don't go in that motherfucker.
Nah,
Okay,
man. They,
right.
yeah, no
Right.
doubt, no doubt. Nah, they pay me, so yeah, I can't say
Yes.
nothing.
Now, if
Well, at
they're
least we ain't
Okay.
getting paid
I'm
Now it
for
gonna
it.
let
makes
Then,
you
sense.
follow.
then all right,
Listen,
shit. It is what it is.
Hell yeah. I'm trying
but
to
I'm
make
real
money.
big on that. Like, I'm real big on that. Like, okay, cause y'all see me, y'all been seeing me on everybody's show, and I'll just light my blunt up. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna light it. And then one time somebody asked me, and I actually declined being on there when she asked me to because she wasn't paying, and then she was being a smartass about it. Like, um, that that's not professional to be smoking drugs on your show. And I'm like, what drugs? I was smoking crack on my show. What are you talking about?
I know.
Right.
Right. What are you talking
Smoking
about?
Everybody
meth
think
or
weed is like
something?
Maybe
What are
crack.
you
you
should
talking
smoke
about?
some.
Right.
And
And
maybe
then
you
like,
relax.
no, you was smoking that marijuana. I'm like, smoking that marijuana, that's an herb, first of all. Second of all, you
Yep.
don't know what I was smoking. You ain't in my house with me. I could have been smoking a cigar. You don't know what I was
Mhm.
smoking. And then she
I
was
know.
like,
I want to light up for sure. Mine. Like, yeah.
right. Like, dang, next time I'm about to show you how I roll up, how I pearl it. Now I feel like I gotta be petty and do the most on the show just because they're trying to make it seem like I do the most already. And I know I take precautions. I mean, I might smoke on there, but usually you don't even see the blunt. Usually you'll see my head go to the side or
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? I don't even really try to smoke like that. But if I do, it's my house, my show.
Yeah,
If I'm
I don't
taking
think
my
that-
chances by doing it, what difference do it make to you?
Right.
Mhm. Damn right.
I kind of feel like it breaks the tension anyway.
For sure.
You know, like an icebreaker.
Mhm.
It kind
Yeah.
of loosens people up a little bit. And when you're smoking and you're smoking with a purpose, it's nothing wrong with that. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with just smoking and just feel good and get high either. But you know, most of the time, people take that notion and be like, "Oh, they're just smoking to get high." Some people really smoke to kind of help increase their creativity levels, their productivity. You know, it's all types of things that they use it for. So I don't understand.
I use it for anxiety. Generally, for most purposes, at night. You know, then I switch. If I got it, I try to switch up to an indica to kind of bring me down and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we twinsies. I do that too. I particularly like hybrids, but you know, I'll do a sativa during the day and an indica at night. And yeah, that's just how I've been doing it.
Hell yeah. And I tell you what, the edibles really do help a lot. You don't have to smoke, and it lasts longer. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 4 or 5 hours.
At the wrong time, though. You gotta be home. Because if you outside and trying to, sometimes the edibles hit too hard, and you're like,
yeah, you start living a cartoon life by accident.
I've literally have hallucinated on edibles. I have, and I've taken mushrooms, and I've yet to hallucinate on mushrooms, but yet I have hallucinated harder on edibles. Yes, swear, bro.
Still.
Yeah,
damn.
yo. Yeah, I'm still.
I haven't ever hallucinated on edibles, but them edibles had me sitting in the same spot for like 8 hours, and that's no exaggeration. I literally sat through his whole shift of work in one spot. I didn't get up to pee. I didn't get up to eat. I didn't get up to do nothing. I just sat there and was yelling at the kids like, "Takara, get in here!" Like. And I couldn't move. I couldn't make myself move. I was literally telling my body like, okay, we have to get up. Like
it be like
I messed up one day. I had a birthday party. Oh, Smoke, go ahead. I'm listening. I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
It's like your brain talking, but it's like, okay, try to get your muscles and legs to move, but ain't nothing happening. Like, you know.
Nobody's corresponding with each other. Everything is on doing its own thing. Yeah, no. I had a whole situation where I actually gave somebody one.
Made me so sexually turned on that I literally was like, I told him, I was like, drop the drawers. Like, he was looking like,
no.
He dropped them though. Like, you know,
every man gonna drop them. That ain't no question. Every man gonna drop them.
I'm like, drop them. He's like,
I guess. Okay. Cool. Let's do
it. But I couldn't do nothing else but that. I couldn't think of nothing else to do but that. I was like, I think that might help me come down a little bit. That's what I was thinking in my mind.
It made him come down. That's for damn sure.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Nah, but edibles aren't for everybody, okay, guys?
No,
they're not for everybody. My goodness.
No.
Yeah, because it's processed by your liver instead of going into your bloodstream and into your lungs. You know what I'm saying? So it's a way you get high, but you get real high.
Yeah, because it's all floating through you and whatnot. Oh my goodness! I done had some experiences. Okay, that's why
the first time I tried an edible, I was driving a limousine, and yeah, my boy came up with me. He came up. He was like, "Yo, I got these edibles, man." I was like, "I've never done edibles before, yo." I was like, "I gotta go pick up this client in like 20 minutes." He was like, "Yo, here, take it." I was like, fuck it. Ate it. I don't even remember the damn drive. I think we were gone for like 5 or 6 hours. I remember coming back like, damn, that was fast.
He was on a ship.
Hell yeah, man. Yo, drove perfectly. Yup. Opened the door for him, waited there for him, cleaned it up, make sure, you know what I'm saying? All that. And then I get home, I'm like, damn, I feel like I've been going for an hour. It's dark. It was daylight when I left, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was crazy. From then, I was like, watch them things.
I told you, your brain be going fast, but your legs be like this.
You guys,
Where
I
you be
really
moving,
enjoyed being on this podcast and meeting everybody. I definitely would love to follow you guys. But I have to go on to mommy duties. My son has a football game he wants to attend, so I'm going to take him.
It's nice to
Yeah.
meet you. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
I will be talking with you, Miss Brittany.
Absolutely. And I hope you
Yes,
guys
we
enjoy
need
your
to get on the
night
phone soon.
and stay vibed out, okay?
All right. Thank you. Thank
Hey.
you.
Uh
But I left
oh.
the meeting.
Look. Oh, get some behind the scenes looks right there.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes. But that's my sister for life, man. She's been awesome through the process. We started out, I was producing a show that she co-hosted on, and that's how we met, and actually I was producing the show and being called an intern the whole time to
Mm.
keep from paying me,
No,
literally.
nah.
So this is where
Actually, I
mine
was
and
just
her.
looking that up. It's on LinkedIn, I think it's called. And I just wrote in podcast, and there's so many people out there looking for podcast hosts, but you're an intern. I'm like, what kind of shit is that? Make your
The
own
fuck?
damn podcast. What the fuck?
That's what I did. I just
Right.
posted on LinkedIn. I just posted my podcast on LinkedIn. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm a podcaster. You gonna pay me?
Yeah,
Fuck that.
no doubt. I feel you.
This is
Right. And so like I was getting paid. I ain't gonna say I wasn't getting paid nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was,
That's not what.
but
you
I
was
wasn't getting
supposed
paid
to.
what I was supposed to be
What
getting
was
paid.
said.
Yeah.
It was a lot of things said in the process, and then a cut down, and she left the week before me because she was actually more upset that he was treating me that way than the way he, was doing her. Now, I'm not going to mention his name or none of that because I would never give him no 15 minutes of my fame. And that's just is what it is. But the people that know us know, what we were going through. And they told us that we would not be back at Black Ink. You know what I'm saying? Like, they tried to blackball me, actually. They tried to blackball me after the fact. And as you can see, the people that were in charge of the operation seen who was running the show. Like they seen where the guest was coming straight to me. They're calling me on the phone. I got to go outside and meet this person. I got the paperwork in my hands when I walk in. I'm the first one there. Like the owners was like, first of all, they have to get permission to come in the building. So they can't tell you you're not welcome. Like, second of all, you're a dope ass producer. So any show you want on the air, let me know. So, I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I learned my lesson. I don't regret it because I learned a whole lot of valuable information in the process. Whole lot of valuable information. And I met a whole lot of really good people that presented that after I left his show and his company, they started presenting me with money making opportunities. You know, um, we need you to host this event. Oh, come host this mansion party. Oh, I need you to come do this. I need you to come do that. I was making money, and them people was like, oh, you need your own show. And I really wasn't up for the show. Like I was like, no, I ain't trying to be in front of the camera. That's not, that's not what I don't do in front of the camera. I like taking pictures, but I don't like because okay, I have a whole set of teeth, but when I talk, it looks like I have no teeth. It's been like that my whole life. I have baby teeth. You see what I'm saying? So actually some of my teeth are regular size, but my top ones are baby teeth. So while if my teeth were right, you could see my smile. But since my top teeth are so little, you can't see them. Anyways, moving right along. Before I get lost on my self-esteem issues by accident. But that was part of my reasoning for not wanting to be in front of the camera, because you can't imagine how many kids that's come up to me like, "Do you got teeth?" You know, and my patience, I'm like, "Oh, yes, I got teeth, you little you know."
Fuck.
Like, you
He's an
little,
asshole.
like,
Fuck you.
tell your mama to come here. Let me slap her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Type of shit. So yeah, but my husband is one of my major supporters when it comes to my self-esteem, because he's like, "Babe, you're beautiful. As a matter of fact, like, you look gorgeous on most things you do. So like, you're tripping, you know what I'm saying?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, you're my husband. You're supposed to tell me that." But then when I started working at Black Ink, one of the models that was there, right? She tells me, she was like, "You know, you were born with the things these women are paying for." And I'm like, "Huh?" And she's like, you were born for this camera. Like, why are you back here behind the camera? Why ain't you up there? Like, she was like, your personality, your looks, and your whole vibe, you need to be hosting. And from that day forward, I just started planning a podcast.
There it
And then,
is.
and it is what, and here we are. And then, like, I just started like hitting, if I seen a podcast, I'll be like, "Hey, your show looks interesting. Let me come guest." And 9 out of 10 people was like, "Okay, come on." And so, like, you know, they didn't even know what I did. They didn't know who I was. They didn't know nothing. They just was like, "Okay, come on." And so when I felt that welcoming family feel of podcasting, and then when so many other podcasters started supporting me and they started inviting me on the shows and they started coming on our lives and stuff like that. And then when we really decided to actually do the show, I was like, "Okay, we can do this." And then that's when I started hitting all of y'all up like, "Hey, what's up? What are y'all doing?"
Yeah.
You know, "I found your show. I listened to a couple episodes. Let me come on and talk. You know, pick a topic, any topic. I got you." And that's how I literally was marketing myself to people. Like, I was just hitting random people up. Like, I'm like, "Yo, you ain't got to pay me." Because most people's like, "Well, how much does it cost?" I'm like, "I ain't charging you." Now, once I go on the network, I have to charge you because it's a whole business.
Yeah, that's a
But
whole nother monster there.
yeah, that's a whole nother. People's gonna be quite upset when I can't mention names and stuff no more. But I mean, it's a business. At the end of the day, it is, because there's plenty that do pay. Me being a producer, I know people pay. They're gonna pay for advertising. They're gonna pay for their songs to be played. They're gonna pay for shout outs. They pay for shout outs. In Atlanta, they pay for everything. So you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna teach a class one day. I'm gonna teach a class on how to social media market. Um, I actually know how. I really could do more than I do. I just don't like it. I don't like all them people. Like, I literally keep my numbers under 5,000 on all my pages, and I'll start a whole new one and just add more people on that page, then make it over 5,000, just because it freaks me out. Like, 10,000 people have access to DM me. Like, no, I don't want 10,000 people to be able to DM me. Like, because 8,000 of them probably will. Like, you know? So, yeah.
And it'd be fucking nothing.
And it'd be nothing. Or
It'd be
trying
for
to scam
fucking
you.
nothing.
Right.
Fucking for. Have nothing to talk about. Like, what the fuck you DMing me for? Like,
Trying to scam me 10 different ways with the same Cash App plug. Like, you trying to scam me the same way the last 25 people tried to scam me that said the exact same words you just said. And you really want people talking about they're in prison? Can you send them a gift card in prison? This, don't you know I know this person whose page you done hacked?
That actually happened to me a couple of times, and they hacked my brother page, and I know my brother from front to back. You know, we might not be blood, but I know him. You know what I'm saying? And the first few words he said, I knew it was a fake. I knew it.
Mm.
Yep. And he still kept trying. So
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Like they trying to do that shit with me now. My cousin page got hacked. They keep trying to give me like to send my cash app. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, you think I'm stupid?
That's what he
You think I'm
had.
stupid? Like I'm good. Yeah, like nah, I'm good.
Oh, and then and then there's some people that really love you enough to send their cash app to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's people that care enough about you that will be like, oh yeah, sure, because they trust you, and that's scary to me because I'm like, people I know don't have money to be losing to no scammers. Like, so my
people
cash app,
bold on that.
I don't have a bank account linked to my cash app. You can only deposit and withdraw. You cannot, like, I don't have, you can't, I mean, you can't even deposit into my cash. Like, you can only send it and withdraw. Like, you can't, I got it set up. I don't have no direct deposits on there. I don't have nothing because I've been hacked so many times, or they've tried to hack me so many times. They've hacked his cash app like 3 times.
Yeah.
Damn.
We literally lost money
Right.
on it.
One of
Like,
them, they took my whole check.
they took his whole check on one of them. And then here we are for the next, because he was getting paid every 2 weeks. Here we are for 2 weeks with nothing.
Oh nah.
And in debt from where we had borrowed because it was his first check.
Damn.
So we were behind over a month when they took that check. And I just had to, I made a Viber account, Viber, whatever it's called, where you go and write up people's stuff for them. And and I went and I typed up some people's stuff for them and made some money. Like, I just kicked into action and went and made some money. But I was like, damn, they drained everything. And he never gave them access to it. He never, like, sometimes you give them access and they can't do nothing about it because you literally invited them to the page or whatever. But
that was a crazy hard time.
Yeah, we had a really hard time during that
anger
time.
manage myself because I just wanted to fuck the whole world up, basically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, this is a lot of just woosah that whole week. Man, I was so mad at myself for no reason. Like, how you let the money take your whole check? Like, you know what I'm saying? I would have just woke up in the morning and maybe sent it to, because I had a feeling about it. Because we, like she said, my Cash App got hacked a few times, and something told me that morning to send my check to my wife's Cash App, but it slipped my mind. I was like, you know what, it's cool. And sure enough, should have listened to my gut, you know?
Shit, when I got my new Cash App, I set up so many security things on that mother. Like, if they get it off of there, them some motherfucking, them some CIA agents right there. Them some people that you don't want to fuck with if they can take it off of my Cash App. So if they get it, they can have it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't even be mad. You'd be like, fuck it, they got it.
I don't even care. You can have that shit because I got a lot of shit. I got 2-way, 3-way. You got to have the pin. I got a lot of shit on mine set up. Boy, if they take it from mine, you can have that shit. I'm going to just figure it out. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to worry about paying me back. Go ahead. You can have it. But you guys, you stuck it out with us, man. We've been on here for quite a minute, yo. I appreciate it so much. Like, I was hoping some other people would show up, but the right people showed up. So I'm all right with that. Like, and sometimes, like I said, if more than 4 or 5 people is in the room, even if it's on Zoom, I might get a little nervous. So you'll be sitting there. I mean, on podcasts, you might have seen me actually get up and give Nelson the phone before because I just can't take that many people talking at me at one time because my brain be on overload, like,
Yeah.
you know, and then I feel like everybody's words are important. Words are important to me, period. Like, I try to pick and choose what I say to make the impact I want to make at the time. You know, sometimes I'm a little harsh and blunt. It's been like that my whole life. 5 years old, I remember telling my auntie, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, I'm making myself beautiful. I said, what are you doing with that? Because she was putting on her makeup. And she was like, oh, I'm making myself beautiful. I said, well, it ain't working. You might need some new makeup. And I literally got slapped like 10 times that day for saying that. And I was 5 years old. So just know that those slip ups and those things that I say, and like, there's no medicine that helps it. There's no therapy that helps it.
I'm the same exact way, man. I just say it off the cuff. I just say it.
It is what it is. And I don't mean to offend people. You know, I really don't. And honestly, if you know me, you know I care about everybody's feelings. And I do try to talk to everybody with respect. And, I just love me too. So sometimes my inner mama bear protect myself kicks in when it might not have to sometimes. And that's where most of my issues come from. But see, that auntie that I said that to, she was a little anyway. So I used to just be smart with her just because she was like the rich aunt, and you know how the rich aunts always kind of look down on it.
Never do nothing wrong, perfect type.
Yeah. And even at 5 years old, I didn't like that shit. That's that shit I didn't like. So I let her know every chance I got that I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. The irony. Let me show you how God works. So this is the irony. I gave her hell. My whole childhood gave her hell. When I was 16, I went to YDC, right? Because my mom found a love letter from a boy that was like 3 years older than me. So it wasn't a R. Kelly, but it was somebody that was like 3 years older, So she sent me off thinking that, I was being a delinquent and all that, because I had a classic Southern mom, And so with that being said, she sent me to YDC, right? Biggest mistake you could have fucking made, because I wasn't doing shit before she sent me off. I was a nerd. Excuse me. I was a nerd. I didn't like people, so I wasn't hanging around with a whole bunch of people. I went to YDC and had to learn how to communal live. Something I never did my whole life. I never lived with, it was just me, my mom, and my brother my whole life. Like, we didn't go over grandma's house and sleep on the couch. I wasn't raised like that. We didn't have cousins over that slept all over the floor. Like, we didn't have the whole family reunion things. Like, we didn't do that. That's not what my family does. Like, they turn 18 and they go to college and they get their own house, and we see them on weddings and funerals. Like, you know, the aunties and mom, they talk like once a week, catch up, make sure ain't nobody dead. Da, da, da. But that's basically, like, I don't have a history like most people have, and that's not, So like when I went to YDC and I had to get along with all these people, I learned how to like everybody. Like, I learned how to like people that were the guards, and I learned how to like the people who were the thieves and the like killers. Like, I taught myself how to adapt to my environment at an early age. It's been very helpful in this industry. So, everybody don't adapt to me. That was the point when I started making this point a long time ago at point A. That was the point to this. Like, I'm literally, I don't know. I have no filter whatsoever. There's something missing, and my mom did it to me when she sent me to West in Heaven. Mama, I know you did the best you could do, but when she sent me to YDC, I learned everything about the streets that I loved too much, and nothing about the streets that I should have learned. And she sent me. I went to a co-ed YDC. The boys were on one side of the school and the other side of the school. Like we went to dances together. She didn't cut me off from boys. You know what I'm saying? That's what she thought she was gonna do by sending me to YDC. That's not what happened. The boys liked me more because I was like the coolest chick. I could sit anywhere, talk to anybody about anything. I was a nerd, so reading is my thing. So if I haven't experienced it, I probably read about it or know somebody that can tell you about it. Like I literally been around the world and yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then now I found my baby, but back then I just kept finding trouble. The irony. You found me? Oh, okay. You found me.
She found me when she actually started giving me the time of day, but I found her. So let's,
Go snap. That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah,
one
that's
day.
a whole nother.
But
I hate to cut y'all off. I have in like 15 minutes. I have another podcast to do.
Yes, and you did tell me that, and I just kept rambling and rambling. I really was trying to round off the episode. I just got lost again. As we know, this is going to be a problem on the network. Like, how can I have an hour-long show? Like, I'm never going to be able to produce an hour-long show. I don't know. I'm going to have to do like trilogies and like 7-part series and shit. Like,
hell yeah.
We appreciate y'all. And I have to remember that I'm actually the co-host of this show and that I need to round out my own show here. So J Money. Mommy loves you. You're here. He's so here with me. And that's what all this was about. You guys are always my dogs. Anything I can do, man, let me know. You know?
Absolutely.
Thank
you so much for allowing me to be, like I said, for allowing me to produce and be a part of this and be a host. I mean, a guest, and it really means a lot to me. It's given me a little more practice, I guess, into what I want to do bigger, basically. So I'm never going to forget that. So I appreciate it very much. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, and we appreciate you working with us. We didn't have no money to pay you. We still ain't got no money. Know.
I hear you. It's not even about that. Seriously, it's just it's the time. What's that?
I was just saying we don't have no money yet. Let me manifest that. We don't have none yet. Well, I mean, we're not like starving to death and we're sleeping inside a house. So we're not like destitute, broke, but we are like, we're struggling to get back up above the water. And it's not about the struggle. Like, we're there now. We're good. Like, do you really think that Smoke and Miss Possible is going to let an opportunity like this pass by without us?
Not at all.
No, never. So with that being said, I will see y'all. First of all, we're gonna get this episode off to Morio in the archives for the season. So we're not releasing this yet. Like this will be in a few months when it gets released. But we are gonna go live with you, Brandon, later. We're coming on with you on your thing.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing my Zoom music throwback Thursday jam session. So come on. I told RC about this Saturday. I don't know when you finishing up your podcast, but come through, man.
Oh
I'm
hell
gonna send you
yeah,
the
that's for
invite. But
sure, man. I appreciate that, man.
yeah. So I
I
know
can't
Kim
wait to
knows some music. I know
jam.
Nelson knows music. I know we're gonna be jamming. I know we're gonna be doing some old school shit that don't nobody. We're gonna be in this bitch playing right hot chili peppers and we good with it. I don't give a fuck. We going in.
Okay.
We
Right.
going in.
Going in. That's all good. That's what, but listen, that's important to me that when you offered that to me, I literally shed a tear about it because I was like, that's going to help me get through the rest of the day. Like, because this is really a hard day. And I mean, I know I've rambled a lot during this episode, but I literally have like had a really bad week. But today is hard because I feel it. I feel it all through my body. And so thank you, Brandon. And you already know we family, we're going to promo you out as much as I can. But I done lost most of my followers, but we're going to get you out there to the people that's important. And those are the people that's going to always follow me. So
y'all know, man. And you know, man, today you lost, you know, your son, man. His son's birthday was for today, right?
no, his birthday is 7/11.
So today you lost him, right?
Today is the day I lost him, yeah.
And he's still blessing you because today what you just announced, a new show. See, he's still here. He's still giving you those. He's still giving you those situations, man. So he know, he here for you, man. So you announced the entire show today. You're a producer of a show.
Yeah.
And anybody telling you what you can and cannot do, motherfucker, that's my show. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and shout out to Brittany Tierra. Sorry to cut you off. She got off early. She had to go do some things, some mommy duties. She has entrusted me to produce her an awesome show. And I absolutely plan to fill that for her. And in the process, we also got 2 shows coming out in January on Channel 82 Network. Shout out Mr. Morio, Jay Wilson. So we're gonna be busy, gentlemen. Now, when we get off here, we're gonna go to IG Live and announce the new show for Brittany. I got some producing and promoting to do for her show since it premieres next week. And we'll be around and then we'll be in with you at 9, right?
Probably do it. Yeah, 9 y'all time, about 8 mines. So definitely.
Yeah. 9 our time. Okay, got you.
Definitely.
Mr. Arce, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, man. You know, anytime you need a guest, honestly, let me know. I'll hop on. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah, and we got some surprises for y'all for the shows. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna show y'all. Y'all have seen us at home. You're gonna see us working. You see what I'm saying? Like what we do on these lives and these like we're at home. We're at home. The kids are with family or gone or you know this and that. And when we do our shows, that's when we do it. We can do it. I don't like to have to yell and all that and the doors slam and people stomping through the house and I like to have, you know, the time. We already ain't got our audio all the way right. So I like to have it as clear as possible. So we're gonna round this out, y'all. J Money, first name, last name. I'm Kim.
I'm Nelson.
And we are
Tyler.
And that's our Say Podcast. And that's the Brandon Janot Show podcast. Y'all get with them.
Peace.
See,